Especially if you're more of an analytical guy, you probably felt this before. When you were friends, conversations seem easy and unforced, but as soon as you stand in front of an attractive woman, suddenly things go blank. Your brain goes empty and you look like an idiot. And even worse, the next time you maybe see a beautiful girl, you're worried that the same thing happens again and it blocks you from doing an approach in the first place.
Well, Reverend, I'm very awkward around women.
Yes, aren't we all?
No, it's not like that. When I'm in the presence of a lady, my brain switches off or something. I turn into a complete idiot.
Yes, you ought to meet more women.
It only gets worse.
If you think about it, it makes sense. Guys speak in logical terms. We speak about scores in football matches, race car metrics, how fast something goes, how big something is, how wide something is, how we solve something step by step. And if you're an analytical guy, you're probably in an analytical field, and the fact that you can think and speak like that makes you money, makes you a living, and actually helps you proceed in life. Now, women talk in emotions. They talk how they feel, the sensory experience in going into the world, how certain relationships affect them and others, and so on. They love to talk about gossip, drama, power dynamics, breakups, and they consume media that is also on the emotional level, just as men love to consume more media that is more on a metric, logical level. So this is where the conflict is, and in this video I want to show you a simple framework that will help you start a conversation logical, boring, but then helps you quickly make it personal. So this will be a game changer for the rest of your life when it comes to talking to the more emotional gender, if you start using that framework and eventually master it. So let's jump into it. Now what we're about to see is Tim, one of our students in the live bootcamp, practice this in a role play session. So we bring in ladies and we practice certain aspects of conversations. For example, this one that we're about to see, in a safe space. So let's see how he does.
You get maybe stuck in your mind. So I just want to play a game. What I noticed, you guys are instantly putting a lot of negative overthinking on stuff. Like you almost think too much and then you talk your way out of it, right? So I'm gonna repeat some things, say some new things, but listen closely. How to have very basic conversation. So we start general, with a general topic. And what I kind of want to play a game in this session where you look around in the room and whatever you see, just start talking about this. And don't label it. If I see a water bottle, I can ask, do you drink a lot of water, right? Maybe it's a stupid question. It's not about in the session if it's a stupid question or not. I don't want to put any label on if it's a good or a bad question now. I just want you guys to see something and come up with some question out of it. So I can say, do you drink a lot of water?
Yes, I try my best.
Okay. So now that's the general thing. You just take something and you ask any question with it. So far, so good? Very easy. And now we just stay on that topic, because that's the second error you guys always make. You switch questions. Like, oh, so you like yoga? Oh, you do this. So what are you doing tomorrow? And oh, you also do art, and tell me about this. And it's like overwhelming. You guys think that you need to dig for some topic and eventually you will hit the magical topic and then everything is good. But it doesn't fucking matter. So we just choose one stupid topic now. Like, you cannot get more stupid than water, right? So I'm using this example. And then how can we make that personal? Do you think drinking water is important to be healthy?
Yes, definitely. For skin, for feelings, for emotions.
Emotions?
Yes, because it's influence on our brain and brain influence on our whole body.
Okay. You sound like a scientist.
Yeah.
And do you take care of your health? Is it important for you?
Yes. I try. Like every day.
What do you do to stay healthy?
First of all, it's eating. Very important. Drinking water, good water. Avoid bad habits.
Nice.
Sport.
Cool.
General
Okay.
things.
Nice. So, framework, see something, ask any question, and then turn it Like find out about her on that topic.
So here's the method again in case you missed it. Look around and whatever you notice, turn that into a general question. It can be boring, it doesn't matter. Don't overthink it. That's the major thing here. It's called free association. Let her answer, pause, because often if you pause, she will say more than you would have guessed. And then comment on the answer and follow up with a personal question. So if I see people working out, I can ask, do you do sport, blah, blah, blah. Do you do it for stress relief or you want to get in great shape and look good? I look around, I see a person rushing to work. So I ask her, do you work? Yes, no, what do you work? Okay, cool. Are you ever late or you always on time?
Wow. Hello. Hi. Wow.
Oh.
You, we don't know each other,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
for some, wait, can you stop? Or you were in the rain?
Yeah.
For some reason, your walk made me impulsively say hi.
Thank you. That's so kind of you.
Are you a very confident person?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, when you say yeah, that's really confident. That's like 10 out of 10.
So it's not about what work you do, you like your work, how many years you've been working there, how many floors does the office have. It's just like, are you always late or are you always on time? I look around, I see people studying and I'm thinking, are you a person who likes to study alone or you thrive more in groups, collaborating? You know, do you need silence when you learn something new or you like to talk it out with other people? I look around, I see a food vendor, right? I see a hamburger shop. I'm asking, hey, I'd love to get a hamburger, but are you a healthy person or you kind of like let loose sometimes? All these things are way more interesting than the factual, CV type of things in her life. Because now we're actually going deep into getting to know her. And for her, it's just so much more fun to share this stuff as well.
Should we do one more example? Any questions on that? Let's do one more. I just literally look around, right? That's the exercise. I look around. I like these decorations in the walls. Did you ever live in an apartment that has this?
Yes, I like this style of apartment. Very artistic.
Why do you like it?
Because I try to be writer.
Ah.
Yes.
Does this apartment style make you more creative?
It's give me some feelings that I already one step in this field.
Ah, that's interesting. Makes sense.
So I love that, right? In that scenario, I was just looking up the wall and there was this Stück, it's called in German. And through noticing that, she's sharing, she feels inspired in writing when she sees this, aristocrat type of building style. Wow, personal, right? She wants to be a writer. She has ambitions in that way. And then from there on, amazing, we can go way deeper. We'll go into writing, what inspires you, what kind of writer you want to be. How do you relate to drama? Do you want to make people laugh? Do you want to make them cry? Why is that? What is it about your own psyche that makes you, want to be that? Do you want to be famous? Do you just want to be an artist and remembered forever? Do you want to have a legacy? Why is that important for you? Etc., etc. So we just fucking looked at the wall and now we have such a wide spectrum of personal topics to talk about.
What's your goal with being a writer?
To change world with my writing in better way.
Big goal.
Because
Isn't that weird? From this we get to her ambitions as a writer and changing the world, or from water bottle we're getting to health and how it's important and stuff. Do you see now that the topic doesn't matter? So use free association. I do it all the time. I see something drive by and I just I noticed and I put it in, and then within 2 or 3 questions I can get personal anyway. Use anything. Feel free to look around in a room and nothing is stupid. Okay, that's the rule. No stupid question.
Okay, so far so good. Now let's hand it over to Tim and let him try. And before we do that, keep in mind, this is a controlled classroom setting, right? The conversation isn't super fluid here. It's not super flirtatious. Sometimes there's long, awkward pauses, and this is by design. We create these roleplay classes multiple times during the live bootcamp to create a controlled setting to try out certain things of a conversation. Imagine it like soccer practice, right? In soccer practice, sometimes you spend an hour or 2 hours just doing corners or just doing, tackling or whatever, because that's one element of the whole game. And that's exactly what we do here. We practice one element of conversation, so then our entire game gets better when we're out on the street where it's more chaotic, more fast-paced.
Do you like art?
Yes, I do.
What about art do you like?
In general, I like art in general. Like, you mean like the paintings stuff?
Or what kind of art do you like then, out of different options like paintings or?
If you consider music like the arts, or not really, or only like the
I consider
paintings?
music art, yeah.
Yeah, so that's my favorite.
Why is music your favorite?
Because I sing myself, so I like also listening to music and create music.
What got you into singing?
Sorry?
What got you into singing?
I don't know, because it's like the only time I can like express all my emotions, I guess.
So you sing a lot in the shower?
Yes, I do.
I also sing in the shower. I think it's not as nice probably.
I don't know. You can show me.
So the first mistake that Tim is making here, which I mentioned before here, is he's in the question train. He's not commenting on what she says. He's basically a journalist ticking off question after question after question.
How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery? Would you display this as a trophy? Do you have a pet? Do you have a sweet tooth? Planning a trip soon?
Without contributing either his own view, his own opinion, his own story, or simply acknowledging that he's truly hearing her. If you are only asking questions, you don't give the woman the feeling that you're actually there with her or that you truly care about what she's saying, which trains her to give shorter answers and to be less enthusiastic about the conversation. So that's the feedback I gave him here.
Yeah, should I just stick with the questions or also share?
We start a
most of
new
myself?
question.
No, but like the previous one, I
Or
also shared from my own side, or should
You
I
can
just
a
stick
bit.
with the questions?
Yeah. I mean, really what I want to add is that you comment on her answer, because you only ask questions right now.
Yeah.
And I also commented on things before. I didn't express it. I would add it later anyway. You know what I mean? If you want. We'll do it later for sure, where she answers and you comment on her answer before you ask the next question.
Okay, gotcha.
It basically shows that you're processing what she said and you're not just firing the next question.
Do you like plants?
Plants?
Plants, like nature.
Nature. Yes, plants. Okay. Yes, I do like it, but I'm not very good at keeping them.
So all your plants die,
Yes.
or you have the fake ones.
Yeah.
Why do you think all your plants die?
I don't know, actually. I wish I knew. I wish they don't die. But I can keep a cactus, I guess.
I actually, when I get a new plant, they die, and I just get a new one.
Oh yeah, that's also an option.
Are there other things you would have in your house instead of plants?
Not really.
You have nothing in your house.
I mean, I recently moved in, you know.
Right.
So I have like my mattress, and I live, on this.
Okay, this is where it gets tricky and where most guys struggle. He kind of panics. Most analytical guys struggle with this, and he's moving away from the topic. Now, the topic is plants, but again, the topic doesn't matter, right? He's moving away from it. And in my feedback in a second, I tell him, no, stay on the topic. It's almost like a discipline to stay on a topic. Because if you stay on a certain topic long enough, it has to get personal eventually. The mistake that all the people make is they move on because they think, oh, there's nothing there. You just have to think harder and be a little more creative and simply practice it more. It's almost like guitar or piano practice, right? If you just sit there long enough, eventually you will get it. So I give him the feedback to stick with the plant topic.
Okay, pause. Let's go one back. Let's stay on the plant topic. and try with it to get to know her. Because now you change topic. Are there other things in your house? You dismiss the topic and you start something else. So that's what we not want to do. Stay on the plant topic. Like we have to force ourselves a little bit here to not get lazy and say, oh, what else you do, right? So every plant dies. Make an assumption about her based on that.
Are you a very irresponsible person?
I don't know if that's the reason that my plants die. I think maybe it's because it's hot in there, a lot of sun. I don't know.
You can have plants that survive in the sun.
Yes.
So
I
what
don't know
what is the reason that
I
you
don't know
think?
what is the reason.
Are you sure you like the plants though?
Yes, I do. But they don't like me.
You think that's the reason?
Maybe.
Maybe you should improve your relationship with the plants,
them.
with the plant therapy.
Yeah. That might help.
Now, talking about plants here might seem silly, but if you are able to implement this in your conversation, you will completely transform the way you interact with people. You can turn these benign topics into emotional topics. You can get to know the person on a deeper level, as we will see here. So really pay close attention of how Tim will be able to transform the topic of plants into something personal, emotional about the girl.
So if you're not responsible with plants, do you manage to put the responsibility somewhere else?
So this is funny, this is interesting. We started with plants and now we're in the topic of responsibility, of relationships, of caring for someone and maybe not receiving the same love back. And obviously that's a great place to continue a conversation in different ways. So, hope I made my point clear here. Comment below what you think about this and if you've been struggling with this. So if you like this and you wanna participate in one of these workshops, you can apply for it below. We're gonna first start with a free consultation call to make sure it's a good fit for you and we can actually help you and make sure that you are in the right place to take your dating life to the next level. Thanks for watching. If you wanna see another video of Tim, you can click here. And I would love if you could hit the subscribe button to get notified for future stuff. Lots of other videos in the making. And I appreciate you watching until the end. Give it a like. See you soon. Peace out.